Rejection is a common and inevitable experience that everyone faces at some point in their lives. However, rejection does not have to be a negative and harmful event. In fact, rejection can be a powerful and positive opportunity to learn and grow, to challenge and stretch yourself, and to unleash and express your creativity. Lesson 1. Rejection is not personal but an opportunity to learn and grow. As Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things but by the view which they take of them." Rejection often stems from misalignment between two people's needs and preferences, rather than being a judgment on one's self-worth. Rejection undeniably stings, especially romantic rejection involving vulnerability and hopes for emotional intimacy. Initially, it is understandable to feel disappointment or confusion. Yet dwelling in victimhood or self-blame leads nowhere productive. We can consciously shift our lens to gain empowering insights for growth. Seeing rejection as feedback rather than failure supports learning. We can reflect on what core values or traits may need further development within ourselves to foster more fulfilling connections. Working to improve emotional maturity, integrity, and wisdom pays dividends across relationships and ventures. Rejection also reveals areas where we must honor others' healthy boundaries. Just as we desire autonomy in deciding what meets our needs, we owe others the same respect. Seeking to control or change another to satisfy our wants violates consent. By graciously accepting no, we make space for compatible yeses awaiting us. Additionally, being turned down by someone indicates a mismatch, not worthlessness. The other person's decision likely stems from their own limitations or life journey, differing from ours. Wish them well rather than resentment. The right collaborators for who we are becoming even now move towards us. There is no failure, only feedback guiding us into deeper self-knowledge or toward more resonant partners. We remain whole through it all. Lesson 2. Rejection is an illusion and it does not define you. Each no wakes us up from complacency to create an empowered response. Rejection stings because we falsely equate external validation with self-worth. But no single person's opinion or decision determines our value. We remain multidimensional beings with unique talents, relationships, and opportunities, regardless of momentary failures. Redefining self-image around essential goodness, not conditional acceptance, builds an unshakable core. Additionally, a no simply implies poor timing or a mismatch between specific needs and assets currently. It is not a blanket statement deeming us unworthy, but localized feedback to update strategies. With emotional maturity, we need not interpret each rejection personally. Another director's disinterest does not necessitate self-doubt within an actor or writer. Reframing rejection as deferred success also empowers persistence. Every trailblazer meets resistance, since innovation by nature threatens existing norms. Letting criticisms or obstacles deflate us abandons worthy visions that may profoundly serve. The only true failure is permitting fears of further rejection to mute creativity and tenacity. If we believe in an inspired idea, we can rally support through relentless passion. You are not rejected, but temporarily turned away from one door. You remain worthy. Shake off doubt. Revisit your bright dream with seasoned resilience or through unexpected openings. With self-trust fueling perseverant adaptability, you create victories destined specifically for someone exactly like you. Onward. Lesson 3. Rejection is a natural part of life and it is inevitable. Rejection, an inescapable aspect of life, serves constructive purposes when viewed as Marcus Aurelius framed it. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Each refusal we face tests our resilience while strengthening virtues within us. We recoil from rejection due to a false sense of control. We imagine that if we develop the right skills, traits, and strategies, we can dominate outcomes and receive universal admiration. Yet variables constantly shift in complex worlds far beyond any mortal's mastery. Rejections wake us up from the fantasy that we can eliminate uncertainty. By acknowledging the inevitability of obstacles, we can pivot our focus to response. Skillful navigation of roadblocks and refinements to strategy follow. But even with perfect plans and performance, differing interests guarantee denied requests. We may control effort, integrity, and compassion, but we never guarantee anything from separate beings with free will. Even the most qualified applicant may underperform in certain environments. Thus, rejection spotlights where we must relax attachment to results we cannot force. While skill cultivation honors those relying on our excellence, clinging to any single outcome suffocates enjoyment and creativity in the long term. Release lets intuition guide action with less craving for narrowly defined achievement. Additionally, as Aurelius noted, impediments build character. Rejection tests patience in the face of futility, equanimity when plans unravel, and persistence outlasting critics. We uncover the limitless determination within our mature visions. Navigating disappointment with grace reveals wisdom and mettle. Each no strengthens stones across the bridge to destiny through heightened grit and insight. Lesson 4. Rejection is a challenge and it is beneficial. Rejection brings benefits, spurring creativity, self-discovery, and expanded possibilities despite discomfort. As Albert Einstein noted, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Within each refusal lies a prospect for growth. We initially resist rejection due to an aversion to discomfort and the unknown. Change requires shedding limiting identifications and behaviors even if they are familiar. Leaning into the edges of comfort zones taps wells of latent potential within. Yet without external catalysts, complacency hampers the release of old structures. Rejection fuels such transformations. Relationships, ventures, and dreams we imagine as integral pillars of identity dissolve unexpectedly, delivering necessary destruction before rebirth. In the disorientation of loss, new perceptions, hungers, and talents arise seeking actualization. Now is the chance to reinvent oneself. With reflection, rejection may highlight stagnation or misalignment with emerging values requiring realignment. A refused proposal demands exploration of alternative, often unconventional avenues fitting evolving priorities. Seeking fresh self-expression in the ashes of former ways feels chaotic yet freeing. Rejection can be a powerful catalyst for creativity. The necessity to navigate challenges prompts individuals to tap into their imaginative reservoirs and discover innovative ways of problem-solving. In essence, rejection becomes a medium through which creativity is not only summoned but also refined, as individuals learn to approach situations with fresh eyes and an open mind. Additionally, no single destination exists. Rejections block merely one finite path of infinite options. When certainty disappears, space emerges for possibilities and manifestations unconsidered. Perhaps a different city, relationship, or career now attracts. Constraints on anticipated strategies give wings to novel solutions. Thus, amidst confusion and grief, remember to expand potential churns. The deepest dark cradles sparkling dreams as yet unborn but determined to meet air and light. Breathe through narrow passages to claim widening vistas, destined for your feet alone. Lesson 5. Rejection is a lesson and it is valuable. Rejection bears lessons if we have the wisdom to receive them. Rather than combating reality when our plans unravel, we can humbly extract hard-won guidance for growth. By examining our blind spots and studying those overcoming adversity, refusal becomes a profound teacher. Rejection functions as a mirror reflecting aspects of ourselves that may require attention and refinement. It prompts introspection, encouraging us to delve into the circumstances surrounding the rejection and analyze our actions, decisions, and perhaps our expectations. Each rejection is a potential reservoir of self-discovery, a guidepost pointing us towards areas of personal development and improvement. We initially resist rejection by taking it personally, as if it reflects failure within us. But setbacks signify merely a mismatch of assets with environments or stages in the creative process. Studies show even visionaries like Oprah Winfrey and Stephen King faced countless rejections before success. None were permanent indictments of their talents. The value of rejection lies not just in the immediate sting it inflicts, but in the wisdom it imparts. Through rejection, we learn the importance of resilience and the ability to bounce back from setbacks. It teaches us to separate our sense of self-worth from external validation, fostering a robust and authentic self-esteem that withstands the ebb and flow of external opinions. Each rejection is an opportunity to recalibrate our approach, refine our strategies, and learn from the missteps that may have contributed to the outcome. It fosters a mindset that views setbacks not as failures, but as invaluable lessons in the grand tapestry of personal and professional growth. Resilient role models teach strategies for translating pain into progress. Studying how leaders transform setbacks by adjusting timelines, networking approaches, or self-limiting perspectives builds the emotional muscles necessary to actualize bold dreams. Their lived wisdom converts our stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Finally, comparison and shame during difficulty serve no one. Rejection is common to the human experience, though it is rarely transparent. Droves endure silently. In vulnerability, may we discover community holding space for mutual becoming. Thus, in moments of acute dismay, recall rejection's purpose to reset timelines, relationships, and self-images hampering destiny's arrival through us. Receive this gift bravely to unleash your full light. Lesson 6: Rejection is a choice, and it is empowering. The concept that rejection is a choice is a profound perspective that can transform the way we navigate the ups and downs of life. Embracing rejection as a conscious decision rather than a passive outcome empowers individuals to exercise agency over their responses, attitudes, and ultimately their destinies. At its core, rejection as a choice revolves around the idea that we have the power to determine how we react to external stimuli. The transformative power of rejection as a choice is most evident in its potential to either hurt or help. By consciously choosing how to internalize rejection, individuals can mitigate the emotional toll it takes. Rather than allowing rejection to inflict lasting wounds, they can harness its energy to fuel personal growth and resilience. It becomes a conscious decision to let rejection be a force that propels them forward rather than holding them back. In the realm of self-definition, rejection becomes a choice between being defined or refined. Allowing rejection to define you implies surrendering your narrative to external judgments and setbacks. On the other hand, choosing to let rejection refine you involves an intentional process of learning, adapting, and evolving. It is an acknowledgement that rejection is not the end of the story, but a chapter in the ongoing journey of self-discovery and improvement. Reframe the emotion itself as fuel igniting fiery resolve. Let the discomfort of rejection burn away complacency and self-limiting beliefs. Let its pain extract grit and humility, transmuting coal into diamonds. The heat of obstacles forges masters capable of holding great visions. The choice resides within each of us, whether to let rejections deflate worth and possibility or propel the actualization of potential. In that pivotal space, how will you consciously respond today? The future awaits your steps. Lesson 7: Rejection is a gift, and it is liberating. Rather than a crushing blow, it arrives as a compassionate liberation, enabling us to stand fully in truth, unencumbered by fears or expectations unaligned with destiny. The Sufi poet Rumi captured this beautifully. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Through tears of release, we reclaimed freedom to create our boldest lives. Initially, rejection tempts us to cling desperately to what we want but cannot control, a specific relationship, opportunity, or identity. We fixate on the very attachments that are now dissolving, amplifying grief. But hitting bottom cracks shells of smallness so we can inhabit expansive wholeness. By grace, we are forcibly shed of limiting skin, too scared to be shed voluntarily. Once we gain distance from emotional storms, rejection's gift becomes apparent. Relationships refusing to deepen free us for partners resonating soul to soul. Roles we are denied make space for vocations matching our true talents. Dreams postponed reveal budding priorities needing prioritization first. We regain the present, spacious and humming with potential, no longer strained through the keyhole of unmet expectations. Then we remember that narrow dreams pale next to the multimedia mosaic, wishing to emerge through us by calling alone. Not force of will, but surrendered trust lets destiny flower. Heartbeats into the void summon rare, intricate beauty impossible otherwise. These offerings perfectly match changing times and nourish thirsts only we can detect. May we see beyond rejection's superficial wounds to liberation's blessing. Undone by imagined constraints, we dance naked through wilder lands each day, inventing fearlessly, onward and upward. In conclusion, listen to a great quote. I take rejection as someone blowing a bugle in my ear to wake me up and get going rather than retreat.